Piece Day! Yay! It is the 29th anniversary of One Piece, the manga, like when it all first started. The anime I don't think started until later in the year and a couple years later, so it was 1999. But anyway, point is, so we're coming up on the 30th anniversary actually, because it was July 22nd, 1997 was when it was first released to the world. And I celebrate this every year by just watching some One Piece, and I'm going to do that in a little bit here. But anyway, today I actually got something in the mail that I wasn't expecting for like another week. So, and it is One Piece themed. So I thought it was really fitting. Anyway, so we're just going to do some tapping and talk about stuff and what have you. So, give me just a second. This out of the way for a second. Okay. We have our nice little One Piece blanket here. I've had this for a very long time. And if I can get it up here, you can kind of see. So this used to have like a hem, like a piece of fabric around it to keep it from fraying. That has long since disappeared. So I had this for a really long time. I love this thing. Anyway, so I figure I don't have a lot of my One Piece stuff still. It's mostly in storage because like I said, I moved to a very small space. It's temporary for the next year or so, but I didn't want to risk. It's very humid where I live and very rainy. I live in a rainforest, and so I wanted it to be safe from a lot of the temperature fluctuations and the humidity and all of that stuff, because I also don't have climate control. Not that I really need it for me, but my stuff kind of does. So I have most of my One Piece stuff is in boxes, in a climate controlled storage facility that's in the nearest, I guess you could call it a city. I live in a very rural area of Hawaii, so not a lot of places out here to do that kind of stuff. But anyway, so I picked up one of my little things, and this is Zoro. For any of you that don't know, this is the first mate of the Straw Hat Pirates, Straw Hat crew, Roanoa Zoro. He is a swordsman. He utilizes a technique called Santoryu, which means three sword style. And yeah, this is a figure that I got from a company called Mighty Jacks. They do a lot of really interesting toys. And this particular toy was designed by an artist named Jason Freeney, and he does these X-ray bones collections. And I have a really big one of Zoro that this little guy sits next to, and then I have a tinier version of him also. So I have a few of these, and I have smaller versions of most of the crew members, but again, those are all in storage. So, but anyway, so I figured I'd just pull Zoro out. These are really fun because they, half of them are the character, and then the other half of them is the skeleton version of the character, and it's all very exaggerated proportions and all of that. I like that. It's very cool. But you can see, like, if you look underneath here, you can kind of see it's got intestines, and there's some organs in there, other organs in there. It's just really fun. And his swords come out at least a little bit. I'm not gonna pull them all the way out. They don't come out of their sheaths, but they do come out. And yeah. Sorry, my dog just came inside, so I cut out the dog door sound because it's right behind me. Today's going to be just not a super long video, but just me talking about random stuff about One Piece. And yeah, this is a post time skip Zoro. It's kind of hard to tell because, I mean, you kind of can actually, because his scar is on his skull, which would kind of make sense. But anyway, he has a scar over his eye. Well, he's missing an eye. I absolutely love that the one time today that I decided to do something that wasn't work, somebody on the property was like, I'm gonna saw something. I'm gonna open this box with these little scissors. I don't have a very great setup right now, again, because so much of my stuff is in storage. So I'm doing the best with what I have. So again, apologies if it's not as nice as it could be. Okay. Okay, so it says here, thank you for supporting my small business. I ordered this from Etsy from a store called KiwiCore. Normally I would have themed nails for this, but I've been so busy that I haven't had a chance to, like, I totally forgot this was coming up, and wasn't really planning on starting my ASMR channel back up, so yeah. Okay. So this says X tool selected. And I think this is just a tumbler that she uses to do the laser etching. And it says here, Gear 5 Luffy, black and gold. So I am a gold human. I like my gold, and I am a goth human as well, so I wear a lot of black. So black and gold seem like the obvious choice. Oh my gosh. I love ordering from Etsy for a number of reasons. Not the least of which is you almost always get a little bag of goodies, and I love it. Okay. I love this stuff so much. Half of this video I'm gonna have to cut out. Anyway, I love this stuff. Okay. So, let's see what we have here. Oh, this is cute. Okay, so let's see what we got. We have, oh, cute little business cards. This is adorable. Okay, so this is the shop, you guys. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. KiwiCore. KiwiCore. Oh, and they're on Shopify too, which is great. Which, if I'm honest, as somebody who is an artist who sells my art online, I moved away from Etsy for a lot of reasons, not the least of which is that they are very bad about monitoring people like art theft, and, or at least in my opinion, they're really bad about it. They're also really bad about like just if you're not important enough or your shop isn't big enough, it's kind of hard to get people to the shop out unless you're doing it from outside, unless you're popular enough outside of Etsy, which can be really frustrating. And I know my sister has also had a bunch of problems with them. I don't exactly know what her issues were, but I know she's been having some and she's been thinking about leaving as well. So, which by the way, if you guys are interested in my art, I'll leave the link to my shop in the description. Okay, so it says, thank you for your purchase. Your purchase brought a smile to my face. I hope these goodies bring one to you. This is so cute. I love this so much. Kiwi Core, thank you for supporting my small business. If anything is wrong with your order, please message me. Thank you. Let's see what else is in the bag. So oh, this is so cute. Okay, so I think this is a little tag that sits on top of the cup. I'll have to see. But it looks like it has a circle in it that's big enough for a straw. And I'm obsessed with this. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. So this is Luffy's Devil Fruit. And it's interesting because the texture on it, like it looks like it's just 3D printed, but like the texture on it makes it look like glitter. And I am obsessed with it. Like, I love this because it's not actually glitter, which means it's not going to get all over my house. But this is the Gomu Gomu no Mi, or the Gum Gum Fruit. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's a really nice sound. Okay. And then there's this little straw hat. If I can get it to... There we go. Again, it's just a little 3D printed thing, but it's so cute. Oh, and this, I'm pretty positive, goes on top of the straw. Okay. Oh, there's a bag inside of a bag, you guys. I have so many of these bags. Between orders from other people and my own shop, I just have a ton of these. I reuse a lot of them, if I'm honest. I reuse them for, like when I make little protection spell bags for friends or stuff like that. I put stuff in there. So aside from the sound of this, I love the feeling of this between my fingers. It's the best feeling in the world. It's like this weird mix of a vibration and a massage. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, oh, I love it so much. Okay, stop that. This is a good sound too, I like this. got a couple pins. Oh my gosh. We got a little Mihawk. I'm gonna give this a minute because I have a feeling he's gonna start again in like 2 seconds. So in the last video, if you didn't see it, or not last video, but the first video I did a TCG opening. So I did booster pack openings for the One Piece card game. And the sleeves I got, they're actually right here, are Dracula Mihawk. He is one of my absolute favorite characters in the whole show. I love him so much. And so this little pin, and I'm so excited. So a lot of times I don't really put these on anything. I put magnets on the back of them, and I make them into magnets for my fridge. Incidentally, I have a lot of magnets on my fridge. But I do have a jacket that I'll bring out probably for like a fabric sound that I actually made. I bought the jacket and then I painted it myself, and it's a Zorro jacket, and it has a whole back panel that I painted, and I painted the sleeves, and like, yeah. So this is awesome. I'm so excited that I got a little Mihawk. Like, and it's not like there was anywhere on there to say who my favorite characters were. I bought something with Luffy on it, so, you know. Okay, there's another pin in here. It's probably gonna be a Luffy. Let's see. Okay. I shouldn't get this excited about this at my grown ass age, but I got a Zorro and a Mihawk. We already talked about this. Zorro's my favorite anime character of all time, and Mihawk is close up there as one of my favorites. This is incredible. This person had no idea. This is Kismet. I'm telling you. Okay. I want to put like my cute little things up here. This is so adorable. I am so over the moon about these pins. I know that sounds dumb, but I really, okay. I have a feeling this is going to be really loud. Okay. So, this is awesome. So there's a brush, a cleaner, which is awesome. I love that. Mic is up here. So I wonder, it's probably going to be too loud, but oh, that's nice. I like that a lot. I hope that's not too loud because I really like that. That's really nice. Okay. Then I have a slightly bent, like a bendy straw kind of thing. I want to make one of these where it looks like it's actually one of the bendy straws. The only downside to that is that if it looked more like a bendy straw, I'd be really disappointed that I couldn't, like, you know, like make the noise with the bendy straw. You all know what I'm talking about. Well, actually, younger people may not, which is probably a good thing because that means that there's not enough of those plastic straws going around. Most straws now are paper, but any of you in your 40s like me, you probably have a pretty good relationship with bendy straws. Especially ASMR people. This is a good sound, I like this. And then I have a straight one here. Okay. So we have our straws. I honestly honestly think that I'm going to use this one. And depending on what the lid looks like, I'll decide if I'm going to use my cute little... Actually, you know what? I bet... Oh, it just popped out. Okay, I can fix it. Anyway, I'll mess with that later, but basically I can put this here, and then this can sit on top, and you won't even see it. Wow, when it's not broken. Then I can put this over the top of it. Okay. So this is a super fun little thing that says, check out my other One Piece items. These buttons are available individually or in button packs. I also have the straw hats available in prints as well. Message me and I will direct you to them. So we've got Luffy, Brook, Trafalgar Law, Usopp, Sanji, Ace, Nami, and Jinbei on the front here. And some of these are Straw Hat members and some of them aren't, but these are very cute. It's a little weird to see Law smiling like that. Not gonna lie. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Okay. So, get my Cintiq pen here. I'll use this. Okay, so we have Luffy, Zoro, which I got, Nami, so Zoro, Nami, Sanji, Usopp, Chopper, Robin, she's my second favorite, Frankie. I love Frankie so much. For some reason, there's something about chibi versions of Frankie that freaked me out a little bit. Because his proportions aren't normal normally. So, when they chibify him, it's even worse. Brook. And then on the opposite side of the spectrum, Chibi Jinbei is the cutest thing ever. I think every time, I just think he's so cute. He's like a Pokemon. Jinbei. Mihawk, which we also have. Crocodile. Doflamingo. Moria, Gecko Moria. So he is actually from my favorite arc of the show, which is the same one that Perona is from. It's called Thriller Bark. Kuma. Boa Hancock. Buggy. Buggy is fun. I like this a lot. This is pre-time skip Buggy. Then we have Blackbeard. Marshall D. Teach. Shanks. Luffy Gear 5. Kaido. Big Mom. Blackbeard. Again, Marshall D. Teach. Buggy after the time skip. Whitebeard. Ace. Portuguese D. Ace is his name. Oh, and Whitebeard is Edward Newgate. Then we have Trafalgar Law, Captain of the Heart Pirates. sad about this. I want to fix it. But like, I feel like because it was 3D printed, it'll be easy to fix. It just needs to be glued. So it'll be fine. Anyway, okay. Let's get to the pièce de résistance. Oh, that was loud. Okay. So the whole reason I bought this was because I need something that makes me happy in order to change a habit to use a thing. So like when I was a kid, my mom, and I've been this way my whole life, my mom got me a Batman toothbrush that played a 2-minute version of the Batman animated show theme so that I would brush my teeth. And I have been trying to drink water more, and I'm very bad about drinking enough. So I thought I need a bigger water bottle. So I went looking for a 40-ounce tumbler, and they're everywhere, like Stanley's and all that. And then I found this one and about lost my mind. I was so excited. And I was like, if anything's going to get me to drink water, it's this. I love these bags. They're so soft. So let's take a look at this. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. There's little meat bits. Niku. Yakiniku. Grilled meat. And then little devil's fruit. Or devil fruits. And they're all Luffy's devil fruit. There's the clouds at the bottom. And then this little Luffy Gear 5 silhouette. I feel like this has become really iconic since it happened in the show. Let's see if I can get it to focus on this. There we go. Love it. And then here is our happy Gear 5 Luffy. So you can see his teeth and his tongue and his scar from Marineford. Just a regular lid here. Oh, but it screws. I like that. This thing is enormous. I need to drink 2 of these a day, at least. I really like this. Oh, interesting. So there's a couple of ways that you can use this, I think. Or not. I think there's a way to take this off and use the center, but this has just a little flap, I guess, seal that you can put the straw through. And then this, oh, that's perfect. That's why it is the perfect size for this. I love that. That is so fun. Oh my gosh. I'm a sucker for this kind of shit, you guys. Like, if it's themed and it's cute like this, and especially when someone's making it, like even just 3D printed stuff or laser engraved stuff, like it's not like they're making it for me. And if they do, they're charging a ridiculous amount of money. So I like supporting small artists, and yeah. So. But yeah, also she lives in the state that I grew up in, so, or that's where she's located. She's in Arizona, so I don't think I know her. Maybe I do, but I don't think I do. So I am so excited to start using this, and I was going to try to see, because I didn't quite know how much space there would be. I was going to try to see if I could fit my gear for Bound Van on here, but honestly, the only place that he would fit is like right here. And I feel like it would take away from how awesome this thing is. Like, it's so nice. And I just don't want to take away from that. So, I'm not going to do that, but this is super cute. And I'm just absolutely obsessed with it. I think it is so adorable. And One Piece has come a very long way in the last 29 years. And over the last 5 years or so, it's really gained a lot of traction. A lot of it because of this arc, but because this was Wano. But the live action is also very good. And that's coming from somebody who has spent the better part of many years watching the animated show, and it being my absolute favorite show on the planet. It's good. The live action is good. It's well done. The people who are playing the characters resonate with the characters. Like, I'm pretty sure that I wish I could. I'm so bad at remembering names of actors, which is ridiculous considering what I do for a living. So for any of you that don't know, I do illustration. I do illustration and sketch art in entertainment advertising, meaning that I draw key art. So movie posters, TV posters, video game and DVD box art, that kind of stuff. And one of these days I'll show you my most, my proudest moment, I guess, bucket list kind of item for me. I have physical copies of it, so I'll pull those two things out and we'll talk about them. But anyway, so I work in entertainment advertising. I literally draw actors for a living, and I cannot remember people's names. But anyway, the actor that plays Luffy is amazing, and I'm pretty sure he's just Luffy. Like, he embodies Luffy. And Taz Skylar, I do remember his name. And that's because he shares a name with my ex's current partner, and we're all really good friends. So, but Taz Skylar is also just awesome as Sanji. And if you watch his Instagram and stuff, he's cooking all the time and all this stuff. And the guy who plays Zoro, oh gosh, what is his name? I want to say Marimo, and that's not right, because that's what Sanji calls means moss or moss ball. That's what Sanji calls Zoro in the show. Oh man, that's really gonna bug me. Anyway, he is also really cool, and just, it's really fun, and it's just, the whole thing is really cool. And he's Japanese, which is a big deal, was a big deal for Oda. And what was very specifically Zoro being Japanese. And so the live action is very well done, and I'm very excited for the new arc, which will be Alabasta. You'll get to meet some really cool characters like Eyelashes, Karu, and Vivi. Well, you've met Vivi, but she becomes a much more prominent character. And Ace. That's a big one. You get to meet Ace. So, anyway. So, thanks for joining me today, guys, on the holiest of days. One Piece anniversary. This ended up being a really good timed shipment because, like I said, I got a notification this morning and was like, oh. And then all of a sudden, like right after that, I got a notification saying it's One Piece Day. And I'm like, oh. Okay. So, anyway, all right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful night. And yeah, stay happy, stay peaceful, and let me know what you guys want to see. If you want to see some of my art or anything like that, the next video I'll do is probably going to be walking you through one of my work pieces. So, okay, I will talk to you guys soon, and I hope you have a wonderful day.